answer me. Stand and unfold yourself.
Long live the king!
Bernardo,
He.
you come most carefully upon your hour.
'Tis now struck 12. Go thee to bed, Francisco.
For this relief much thanks. 'Tis bitter cold and I am sick at heart.
Have you had quiet guard?
Not a mouse stirring.
Well, good night. If you do meet Horatio and Marcellus, the rivals of my watch, bid them make haste.
Stand ho. Who's there?
And liegeman to the Dane.
Give you good night.
Oh, farewell, honest soldier. Who hath relieved you?
Bernardo hath my place. Give you good night.
See, what? Is Horatio there?
A piece of him.
Welcome, Horatio. Welcome, good Marcellus.
What, has this thing appeared again tonight?
I have seen nothing.
Horatio says 'tis but our fantasy, and will not let belief take hold of him, touching this dreaded sight twice seen of us. Therefore I have entreated him along, with us to watch the minutes of this night, that if again this apparition come, he may approve our eyes and speak to it.
Tush, tush, 'twill not hear.
Sit down a while, and let us once again assail our ears, and we are so fortified against our story, what we have tonight seen.
Well, sit we down, and let us hear Bernardo speak of this.
His course, 'tis a limb, the part of heaven where now it burns. Marcellus and myself, the bell then beating one.
Peace, break thee off! Look where it comes again! In the same figure like the king that's dead. Thou art a scholar, speak to it, Horatio.
Looks he like not the king, mark it, Horatio.
Most like, it harrows me with fear and wonder.
It would be spoke to.
Speak to it, Horatio.
What art thou that usurpest this time of night, together with that fair and warlike form, in which the majesty of buried Denmark did sometimes march? By heaven, I charge thee, speak.
It is offended.
See, it stalks away.
Stay, speak, speak. I charge thee, speak.
God will not answer. How now, Horatio, you that tremble and pale? Is not this something more than fantasy? What think you on it?
Before my God, I might not believe this without the sensible and true avouch of my own eyes.
Is it not like the king?
As thou art to thyself, such was the very armor he had on when he the ambitious Norway combated. So frowned he once when, in an angry parle, he smote the sledded Pollux on ice. 'Tis strange.
Thus twice before, and jumped at this dead hour, with martial stalk hath he gone by our watch.
In what particular thought to work I know not, but in the gross scope of mine opinion, this bodes some strange eruption to our state.
Good, now, sit down and tell me, he that knows, why this same strict and most observant watch so nightly toils the subject of land, and why such daily cast of brazen cannon and foreign mart for implements of war, why such impressive shipwrights whose sore task does not divide the Sunday from the week. What might be toward that the sweaty haste doth make the night joint laborer with the day? Who is it that can inform me?
At least the whisper goes so. Our last king, whose image even but now appeared to us, was, as you know, by Fortinbras of Norway. Thereto pricked on by a most emulate pride, dared to the combat, in which our valiant Hamlet, for so this side of our known world esteemed him, did slay this Fortinbras, who by a sealed combat, well ratified by long heraldry did forfeit, with his life, all those his land which he stood seized of to the conqueror, against the which a mighty combatant was gauged by our king, who had returned to the inheritance of Fortinbras. Had he been vanquisher, as by the same comart in carriage of the article designed, his fell to Hamlet. Now, Sir young Fortinbras, of unimproved metal hot and full, hath in the skirts of Norway here and there, sharked up a list of lawless resolutes, for food and diet to some enterprise, that hath a stomach in't, which is no other, as doth well appear unto our state. But to recover of us, by strong hand, in terms compulsatory, those forsake lands, so by his father lost. And this, I'll take it, is the main motive of our preparations, the source of our watch, and the chief head of this post-hate and rummage in the land.
Be no other, but even so, well may it sort of that portentous figure comes armed through our watch, so like the king that was, and is the question of these wars.
Is to trouble the mind's eye. In the most high and palmy state of Rome, a little ere the mighty Julius fell. The grave stood tenantless, and the sheets dead did squeak and gibber in the Roman streets. As stars with trains of fire and dews of blood, disasters in the sun, in the moist star, upon whose influence Neptune's empire stands, was sick, almost to doomsday with eclipse. And even the precursor of feared events, as hair-bearers preceding still the fates, and prologue to the omen coming on, have heaven and earth together demonstrated unto our climates and countrymen. But soft, behold, lo, where it comes again, I'll cross it though it blast me. Stay, illusion, if thou hast any sound or voice, speak to me. If there be any good thing to be done, that may to thee do ease and grace to me, speak to me. If thou art privy to thy country's fate, which happily for none may avoid, oh, speak. Or if thou hast abhorred in thy life, extorted treasure in the womb of earth, for which they say your spirit's off walking death, speak of it. Stay and speak. Stop it, Marcellus.
Shall I strike it with my partisan?
Do, if it will not stand.
'Tis here!
'Tis here.
Do a wrong being so majestical, to offer the show of violence, for it is as they are invulnerable, and our vain blows malicious mockery.
He was about to speak when the cock crew.
And then it started like a guilty thing upon a fearful summons. I have heard the cock, that is the trumpet to the morn, doth with his lofty and shrill sounding throat awake the god of day. And at his warning, whether in sea or fire, in earth or air, the extravagant erring spirit hies to his confine. And of the truth herein, this present object made probation.
It faded on the crowning of the cock. Some say that ever against that season comes, wherein our Saviour's birth is celebrated. This bird of dawn singeth all night long. And then they say, no spirit dares stir abroad. The nights are wholesome, then no planets strike. No fairy takes, nor witch hath power to charm. So hallowed and so gracious is that time.
So have I heard and do in part believe it. But look, the morn in russet clad walks o'er the dew of yon eastward hill. Break we our watch up, and by my advice let us impart what we have seen tonight unto young Hamlet. For upon my life the spirit, done to us, will speak to him. Do you consent we shall acquaint him with it as needful in our love's fitting duty?
Let's do it, I pray, and I this morning know where we shall find him most convenient.